everyone! First, let me say how grateful I am to be here today to talk about something that completely changed my life: communication in relationships. If you're here, I'm guessing you've had those moments where you feel unheard, misunderstood, or maybe you just can't seem to express what's on your mind. Trust me, I've been there. Today, I want to share my journey, what I've learned from my own experiences, and give you practical tips to improve communication in your relationship. So, let's dive in. A few years ago, my relationship was at a breaking point. My partner and I were constantly arguing, and when we weren't arguing, we were avoiding each other. Every time I tried to talk, it felt like I was hitting a wall. One day, during yet another argument, I shouted, "You never listen to me," and my partner said something I'll never forget. "I don't even know what you're trying to say." That hit hard. I realized then that it wasn't just about me wanting to be heard. It was also about how I was expressing myself. That moment became the wake-up call I needed to change. I started researching, reading, and honestly just trial and erroring my way through better communication. Here's what really worked for me. Active listening, one of the first things I learned was that I wasn't really listening. I was just waiting for my turn to talk. So I started practicing active listening. When my partner spoke, I would make eye contact and really focus on their words. Instead of jumping in, I'd repeat back what they said to make sure I understood. For example, if they said, "I feel stressed when we talk about money," I'd respond, "So you're feeling overwhelmed about our financial discussions?" This simple change made my partner feel heard for the first time in a long time. Using I statements. This was a game changer. Instead of saying, "You always ignore me," I started saying, "I feel hurt when I don't feel heard in our conversations." It removed the blame and opened the door for a more productive discussion. My partner stopped feeling defensive, and we started focusing on solutions instead of pointing fingers. Timing matters. Oh, and let me tell you, timing is everything. I used to bring up serious issues while my partner was exhausted after work. Not a good idea. Now, we set aside intentional time to talk, like during a quiet Sunday morning over coffee. When we both felt relaxed, our conversations were so much smoother. Building a new communication style started asking questions. Instead of assuming I knew what my partner meant, I started asking questions like, "Can you explain what you mean by that?" It showed that I cared about understanding their perspective. Embraced vulnerability. This one was tough. I used to think being strong meant hiding my feelings, but I learned that real strength is being open. I started saying things like, "I'm scared to talk about this, but it's important to me." And guess what? That vulnerability created trust. Practiced gratitude. We also started ending tough conversations with something positive. We'd say one thing we appreciated about the other person that week. It reminded us why we were fighting to make things work in the first place. So, if you're feeling stuck, I want you to know it's possible to improve communication in your relationship. It's not about being perfect. It's about being willing to learn and grow together. Start small, listen more, speak with kindness, and remember, it's okay to be vulnerable. These changes transformed my relationship, and I believe they can transform yours too. Thank you so much for letting me share my story. If you've tried any of these tips or have your own experiences, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, take care and keep communicating.